So, in the Trailmakers Airborne, you will be a world-class aviator. We have put a lot of emphasis into combat this time around. We're trying to make the air be a very dangerous place with a lot of new enemies, a new combat system. Yeah, and trying to give you guys the action that you deserve when trying to liberate this floating islands.
So it's the first time that we have like enemies and NPCs.
Yes,
Or
exactly.
NPCs in general, actually.
Exactly. So this is a mission-based campaign with a narrative. You'll get to meet the citizens of this strange place who ask you to do missions for them, and whenever completing missions, you will be rewarded with some blocks and so on. So, what are the main features? We have a mission-based campaign with a narrative. We have enemies in combat and a lot of new weapons. We have new map regions. We'll maybe show the map a bit later on. We have entirely new wing blocks, where we incorporated flaps into them, and all of this will make everything a lot easier to build the airplanes that you have always been dreamt of. What more? Yeah, a lot of weapons and a lot of new blocks. So this is the general thing that that is Trailmakers Airborne. A lot of fighting. Yeah, now I'm crashing here.
Yeah. So Predator is asking, how strong are these NPCs?
We're still tweaking these, just playtesting every day to try to figure out how dangerous these should be. There's a lot of different enemies that does different things in this world, so getting everything just right is not the easiest. We don't want the difficulty to be too hard, but we also want it to be a challenge for you guys. Yeah.
Predator is saying NPCs. Can we talk about the NPCs?
Yeah, we can talk about anything. Like now, everything is just out there, and we can just go ahead. We'll do a deeper dive into everything at some other point. But yes, we can talk about them. So you want to talk about them?
I do, because I think it's one of my favorite parts.
Yes, and go ahead.
Yeah, it's the first time that not only we have enemies NPCs, but friendly NPCs that we have to help.
Yes.
If you want to talk more about it.
The citizens of this strange place where our Trailmaker has landed is this bird-like people who have these different cities scattered around the different biomes, and they will have some lore and some different things they want from you. They ask you to go on these missions, and hopefully this will bring some more flair and make it a more livable world for you guys to embark on into. Yeah.
So Hedgehog is asking citizens. So
Yeah. We'll have the citizens of this this bird planet where these pirate enemies have infested them. So you have to liberate this island from them. Yeah.
Hedgehog asks side quests.
No side quests. We have campaign missions that will reward the crucial blocks. Then we have scattered, just like Stranded in Space, a lot of blocks in and around the world for exploration for you guys to find to build the perfect airplanes.
Terrazol asks, do crosshairs lock on?
Yes, we're to make combat fun and engaging in the air. We have developed an auto aim or auto focus system that we're still tweaking on how it should help you. But yeah, they kind of lock on, but we're still tweaking and figuring out how much it should assist you. So yeah. Yes, and they lock on in multiplayer as well. So now it's easier to get into some really cool dogfights in multiplayer.
Exocola08 and Frigidator are asking about if we can play it on multiplayer.
Yes, you can play it in multiplayer. I think already.
Oh yes. I'm a bit behind on the question.
It's fair. Maybe Krell and Bojangle is in.
Papa is asking about Trailmakers lore?
There will maybe make some kind of lore into it.
Slim Shame is asking maybe a boss fight?
Yeah, maybe. And Hedgehog says, what happens if you build an anti-air car and just drive it around? Then you shoot out the planes in the sky. That's might be a good way to get rid of the pirates.
Yeah. There are also some enemies that are like lower on the ground, right?
What?
There are also some enemies that are underground.
Yeah, there is.
Yuri of Metalberg is asking, do they respawn so we can keep dogfighting after finishing the campaign?
Yeah.
Yes. And Hedgehog is asking, could you finish the campaign using only a car?
I don't get why you would do it, but like. No, wouldn't. You will have to. There's a lot of elevation in this new map. Some things you just need to either use the balloons we showed in earlier streams to build like an airship, or you need to build a plane to actually.
And I think you're going to understand better when we show the next thing. That's why it's kind of impossible to do it just with a car.
Yeah. And the thing is that with this update, and I am not a very avid pilot in Trailmakers. I'm not good at building great airplanes, but today I built a really cool bumper plane in 20 minutes time, and it flew very nice. So with the sensor of force and the new wing blocks and all of this, it has never been easier to actually build something.
And I can say it was play tested on me, and now I can like fly really easily with like the new thing. So if I can fly it, literally anyone can fly it.
Okay, we're just gonna find the map that Krell has the courtesy of shared with me earlier. Keep in mind, guys, everything is still getting tweaked. We're going into the closed beta in a few weeks, the latest. So what you see is still work in progress, right? Global says probably still can't hit a ring of fire. He can with this update. Yeah, this is some of these names are actually new. I didn't that area up there called a Jarrick Cliffs.
Is it a Jerry or a Gary?
A Garrick. Garrick must be a Garrick Cliffs. His new name. But this is the map you will be traveling through in this new expansion. You'll start off in the Skylands where you'll get the ropes, learn the ropes of things. You'll get situated with the air balloon and understanding how you get blocks and all of this. And whenever you leave the Skylands, you'll encounter the first enemies, either going into the Agaric Cliffs or the Satellite Desert, where you'll start to earn your wings and start shooting some damn air pirates. The rest we'll probably just dive into something more another time if we're going to speak more about the different regions. If you have any questions, please ask them. But I won't spoil too much though. It's also up to you guys to what is it called? Experience this world for yourself.
Yes. Terrasol is asking, did you find out what happens when balloons take damage?
No, I didn't, Terrasol. I'm terribly sorry. And to be honest, I flew around with them all day today, and they just, if I remember correctly, they don't deflate. They just it's a block. Yeah, it just gets destroyed.
So does the aim assistant work on other players?
Yes, it does.
Oh yeah, and Creed already answered that.
There was a long question there. Blockmaster, if there is a block limit and core limitations, can we also get a mode where you have everything unlocked and it's just endless? So you can try your nice looking builds and don't have to make 100% function based builds. That's a valid point. I'll get back to you, Blockmaster, about that.
Hedgehog asked, where there be difficulty settings?
We recently discussed this, and we haven't come to any conclusion that yet. Maybe there will be like a narrative mode, or where the enemies are not very hard, and but we actually aim to make the difficulty for everyone to have like have a good time.
Yeah.
So it's not gonna be Elden Ring hard.
I know. How much will it cost though?
We haven't said on that, but expect a range around high seas. Yeah.
Seems like quite a nice map. Will there also be sandbox mode on it?
Need to get back to you guys for that one.
Are they all floating islands?
Yeah, they are. This is a kingdom in the sky. There are no water on this map.
Is the block with the green light at the front of the plane in the video some kind of aiming module? If not, what is it?
Maybe find the video again.
Yes. Give me a second. Oh,
Oh, that's the bomb bay block. That's the so when the light is green, it knows that the bombs are ready to get dropped, and when the light is red, it's you're reloading bombs, right? So
cool.
yeah, that's it.
All blocks in the DLC will be able to use in the sandbox maps.
Yeah, I don't see why.
So if there's no water on the map, does that mean we can't use boats on there?
Unfortunately, we don't. Water is not a part of this map. We decided on going with like having the sky is the limit kind of approach. So this is more about elevation and like cave diving and valleys and all of this to fly through. There is no water on it.
I guess we did go a lot with the water in deep, like in the
high seas.
Yeah, high seas. So
maybe one beautiful day everything will be combined.
What happens if you fall through the clouds? I guess you will have to die.
So you die. You have to respawn. Will the new small thrusters have the same power as the old ones? I can't really remember the values. I'm terribly sorry. Maybe Krell can enlighten or that guy Jangle. Oh yeah, thank you, Krell. Slightly less power. Well, the clouds doesn't kill you. It's what's below the clouds that kill you, right? The infinite like fall damage you get. But
it seems like people are really excited about it.
Yeah, hopefully.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are
extremely excited to get you guys to play with it. I never had more fun with Trailmakers than I have right now. Yuri of Middleburg says new character customization. We're discussing that at the moment. We are focusing all our power into making the combat and everything the smoothest as possible. So I will not promise how much or any character customization for this one.
Pineapple is asking, can you enter the buildings?
There's nothing in the buildings, no. But the cities will have these bird people running around, yeah.
Will the parkour limit be 31 like in Stranded in Space?
Just saw it earlier today. It's in the 50s, the power core limit for this one.
Okay. Pineapple is asking, will there be a stunt-based challenge? Just
no, they're not planned for this one. There is plenty to do, don't worry. Yuri of Middleburg says we should be able to change the skin color. That's true, that's a very valid point.
Will we have this map as an option for multiplayer, please?
Yes.
Yes. You can play the expansion.
You can play the whole campaign as co-op and multiplayer.
It's really fun.
Yeah, you can even complete your... Yeah, you can do the campaign while other people are doing their shenanigans somewhere else.
You can even like have one person like flying and the other person shooting stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
It's really fun.
And Jago J says, I mean, sandbox multiplayer. We're looking into the whole sandbox thing right now, and we'll go a deeper dive into this in the coming weeks. Don't worry about it. And all of these questions are really good, but I will take them all and I'll collect them in themes, and we'll do some videos for you guys to get everything out there, so you know what this expansion is all about. Terrasoul says turbulence and wind. No. And that is a decision taken because it was actually not fun Yeah. Might be another like update in the future that centers around this, but what we try to achieve with combat and all of this, and this time around, is not really as fun when there's wind blowing and all of this. So no. Yeah. So as you can see, we start a mission here. Press E to start it, and then we go out and try. And as you can see in the bottom left corner, is our new repair and transform feature, which is you're able to use in air. So it slowly
regenerates.
Yes.
Yeah.
And if you kill enemies, that will slowly or faster regenerate, right?
Yeah.
So this is just me trying to do this mission in the Hoodoos called Chef Chase.
Yeah. It's doing pretty well.
Yeah, the hardcore part has not come yet. So this is a mission where you're help me out now. Who is the mayor of the Hoodoos?
It's a guy called Beetlejack. He's a bit of a roughneck who's leading an operation of tripos that are drilling for worms, and their main export there is the delicious worms that they dig out of the holes there.
Oh, really?
In this mission, that Zeppelin you see there has kidnapped the world famous worm chefs, and you're trying to get them back. So you have to shoot down that
the Zeppelin.
Yeah, can't make that stuff up.
No, of course not. Certainly no one did on the Trailmakers.
Oh, you're in a balloon now?
Yeah, I transformed in air.
Wow.
And now I go into a plane again.
Thanks, you're so pro.
Yeah, so actually I use it as a loadout, right? So
Yeah.
transform feature is it's almost like a loadout for me.
Yeah.
And sometimes, like these slow Zeppelins or these slower Zeppelin enemies are sometimes hard to really like combat in a plane. So you'll see me going back into a balloon structure at some point. But filtering out these pirate enemies.
Yeah, you took out the balloons pretty well, right? Now it's a bit difficult to. Wow.
Yeah. I just wanted to say and emphasize.
Okay.
Then you of course can complete the entire campaign in multiplayer and co-op.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, Jamie and Lucas did it recently. Our QA team. And had a fun time. They built like a co-op vehicle where one was shooting and the other one was steering.
And that ties really well into Cozy Inks. And will there be sights in first person on seats?
Yeah, like the aim, what's the reticles you see there? Yeah, they will be there on seats in first person as well. Yeah, I'm pretty sure them.
Yeah, they will, because Jamie and Lucas have like this double structure where one shoots and one flies, right?
Yeah, I haven't played too much in first person myself, but I'm pretty sure it'll be there. It would be weird if it wasn't.
Mr. Corn is my name, says, I know we got to see the mini thruster. But are there any other engines we'll be getting?
Oh yeah, we will be getting, there's a large propeller coming to the DLC as well. And there is also a large jet engine, like from a big airliner.
Yeah, we showed that off a month ago or something, the big one, yeah?
Yeah, yes, the enemies are robots, Europe Melberg. They are these intergalactic robots that come to drain the Cherbo's planet for resources. And they're just like plain mean to everybody.
Yeah, so as a Trailmaker, you're basically fighting the ecological battle, right?
Yeah,
against these industrialist pirates.
You're there to take them out so that they don't spread, but you're like a nice little side thing. You're also helping out the Cherbos.
I'll just jump a bit back. As you see here, I shut down the Zeppelin.
Yeah.
And it crashed. So now I am trying to save these Cherbos and get them safely back to town. And I'm landing here with my kind of shitty structure. Don't judge me. And I see that I need 24 passenger seats to actually get them home. Yeah, you need more passenger seats, right?
Oh my god, we have the icon for how many seats we have now.
Yeah.
I've been asking for that for so long.
You'll see me adding more seats.
Nice.
And there they go.
So beautiful.
Yes.
I can't wait to get back home to the wormholes.
Yeah, exactly.
Get back to work.
Now it's a bit heavy, right?
Yeah.
Flamio Hotman says basically high seas, but in the sky, epic. I would say this is a lot more than these.
We've added so much more gameplay to this one.
That's going with the whole combat orientation of this update or expansion is it's really changing things.
I am so insanely excited to get that out to people.
Yeah.
We had a multiplayer test yesterday in the office where we tried to dogfight with the new guns. They have auto aim more, like some more than others. But it just makes dogfighting so much more fun that you can actually hit each other. Like everyone, all skill levels can be a part of that. It's really, really fun.
You got me so many times.
Yeah.
Taco Cat says, can you damage enemies by flying into them?
That is a good question.
Yeah, right?
Yeah.
I feel like I did that.
I think so. Yeah. It should take impact damage.
And Mr. Corn is my name saying, is there an estimated release date? Yes, first part of second quarter here in 2023. We're not really set a date yet. We still want to really get this to the most perfect state, right?
We also have Cozy Inc. who asks, will we be able to make better missiles? They're key component to dogfights.
Yes, and I think you should hold on with answering that.
Okay.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I know that we will be talking a lot more about combat.
Alright, yeah.
So, but this tiny conversation could be a tiny, like, a peak in its own, right?
Yeah.
Maybe something with missile.
Alright, so here you're actually completing.
Yes, and I'm completing the hoodoo, so I get this slice.
Yes.
That's why I wanted to show this mission. I get this slice of this ancient turbo weapon, right?
Yes. That's the main thing you need to do in the campaign is to assemble this turbo weapon so that you can defeat the pirates.
Yeah, they have this ancient weapon that can.
It's a mystery what it actually does.
Yes,
but you have to collect it.
Exactly, and I won't
Slice of an ancient pizza weapon to eat and become the weapon.
exactly play.
It's not far off, no.
Not really. I feel like we should. You can keep the questions coming, but we could also go back and find the Bill Chumps winner, and as an outro, just let this one go.
Yeah, sure. Can players sit in the passenger seats? I don't think we made that feature yet, but we talked about it so many times. We really want that.
Yeah. Taco Cat says you should add an Easter egg where you can defeat the aliens without the weapon, but it's too hard to be reasonable. I'm doing alright here, right?
Doing pretty well.
And this is a blueprint plane.
Yeah.
I strapped on some bomb blocks though.
They kind of awkwardly attached to the thing.
It went fast.
Yeah.
Don't judge me.
That's so fine. I think they're not the easiest. I know I designed them, but I think they're not the easiest ones to
put into a build. I made a cool bomber though, so where they look awesome. Is there gonna be a maximum limit to guns on airplanes?
No, they're gonna be power core limited. So different guns will have different power core requirements.
Yeah.
Then Cozy Ingris asks, will there be markings for dropping bombs?
We'll have some reticles which you can use to somewhat guide your bombing spree.
So,
and then Flamio Hutton. Oh, do you have?
Yeah, I have something to add there. So we made the new reticle system works so that we have the different directions that I think can face. So all the guns that are facing forward share a reticle together.
Oh yeah.
I think if they're spread out, they get two. I can't remember.
Yeah, if they're too wide apart, then they have.
They have separate ones, yeah. And that also goes for bomb blocks. So in the down direction, then they get a reticle for those. So you can look down and you can see that it's not the best for aiming with bombs because you drop them. They still have speed on, so you actually have to drop them quite before you go over your target.
That's alright.
Yeah, you just have to get used to it. But
Flamio Hotman says, will there be missions to carry some stuff and help birds build something?
Not
No.
to, I mean, you carry the birds, you don't help them to build anything. It's more about like building the vehicles,
It's a good idea, but it's not the approach we have taken.
Yeah.
Maybe in some future additions to Trailmakers.
Lucas suggested that JV's head for the build challenge. Like,
Is this Lucas?
Yeah.
Oh, I
you can
see it on the yeah. Perfect. Jamie said. Will the normal small guns also move with the enemies?
Yeah, so we've altered the tiny cannons, I think are gonna stay exactly the same. But then small cannons, we are renaming them to smart cannons, and they will be the cannons with the most auto aim. Then we have all the other cannons. They don't have any auto aim, like the normal cannon and the, I don't know what's it called, the medieval cannon thing, or like
I can remember.
pirate one, yeah. Gunpowder cannon, yeah. They don't have, but then we're adding some new guns that will also have auto aim.
Yeah. What if Lucram says, what if I want to be a pirate? Nobody wants to be a pirate.
Then you will, if you want to be a pirate, then you join the pirate faction and then you do their storyline.
Yes, of course, we have a whole separate secret storyline. Actually, in one of the first editions when we started building this, Guy had an idea of you fighting these pirates, and in the end, you found out that the pirates were Trailmakers.
Oh!
So you were one of the bad guys, actually.
Don't know if that's actually what's happening. Who knows?
I don't know yet. Blockmaster, can players sit in the passenger seat? Now we
talked about that.
Yeah.
They can't do that yet, but we're really considering doing that. I think we want that, but I think it's a matter of getting the feature in time.
Yeah. Cozy, will we be able to look around with mouse in first person?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we leaked that.
thing, right?
Yeah, we leaked that some months ago.
Yeah.
It's coming with the free update.
Yeah.
So I saw you need to carry passengers or to fight pirates, but what about carrying cargo? We just talked about that, right?
No, I think we didn't say that because we, in the beginning, when we made this, we wanted you to carry scrap like you do in Stranded in Space.
Yeah.
But it slowed down the pace of the game so much, and in the end, it wasn't really what made this DLC fun. So we decided that the power cores would be pickups instead of being something that you carry back to the base.
True, yeah.
And I think that really improved the experience.
The thing is, it felt more like a chore than actually exploring the environment, because you had different things to do. In Stranded in Space, that was what you did.
That was
right?
what you did, yeah.
So that felt like an accomplishment every time.
Yeah.
Now it just felt more than, okay, I found it.
Yeah.
Now I need to bring it back.
And you just want to get back into the fight against the pirates, right? Or
so that is purely a pacing and purely. It's also very much a gameplay.
Yeah. We were really happy with it when we finally did it, and it's actually it improved it greatly, I think.
Yeah, it changed everything, right?
Yeah.
Will the bomb dispensers be with DLC or free with the update?
So all the new guns will be free.
Yeah, we're talking about that, right? But we haven't made a firm decision, but probably the guns will be free.
Right. Okay.
Before we put the head on, obviously.
Right. Yeah.
But we're still discussing
That's
internally.
true. It's not completely true, but that's the suggestion at the moment.
Yeah, and that is perfectly fine for us to talk about. We are looking into making the weapons free because that might not change things in multiplayer and so on, right? So we want to be the good guys on this. But you have to await the final decision. What about the minigun? Does it have auto aim? Yes. We're closed down the answers from now. We need to go home.
Okay.
But I'll read the last ones, but no further questions.
Your Honor.
Yeah. The minigun will have auto aim, yes, but it's slightly.
So it's a bit narrower than the auto because it has a ton of bullets. It has more range, so it shoots a ton of bullets really fast, but in a narrower auto aim field. So it's a more, I guess, you have to be a bit better to use that weapon. Yeah. But if you are good at using it, it's really good.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Good question by crew. 2519. What parts will be free? We already kind of delved into that one.
Yeah.
We have an outline of what we want to make free, but we also still want everybody to benefit from this update. And we feel like this campaign has an extremely strong incentive for you guys to try, because that is where the combat really is. But we know that you guys play multiplayer, so we are in the talks of seeing how much will make it into the update, so you feel like you're on the same level.
Exactly, yeah. And I think our philosophy with what blocks we want to lock behind the DLC is more like they have to be kind of special airplane blocks or special blocks.
I could feel like the bomb dispenser could be campaign.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. I think that was also a bit on the verge. So yeah, it's still not 100% decided, but yeah.
I will soon get back to you because I want to know it as well,
Yeah.
just as much as you guys. And I got the answer. Seems quite logical. I actually meant if NPC burps would give cargo missions as well, but I get most likely they wouldn't. No, no. Too late in production. to
Yeah,
start going down.
we're
that,
just finalizing stuff now.
Yeah. Crew says, when can I expect the update? How many weeks and months? Q2 2023. But you can go wishlist on Steam, and then you'll get an